Hi guys, my name is Daryl, and today I want to show you my unique exercise program called the Ab Inferno. This is something that I created, and it really isolates the abdominals really well. And I wanted to do something different, and so I hate doing the same old exercises over and over and over. So this is something that I came up with, and it really creates a great intensity on the abdominals, and it's something that I never get bored doing, or my intensity never decreases when you do this exercise, because it's always built on, what you're doing in terms of your reps and your sets, and you can never get stale on this exercise. So it's something that's just fun to do, but it's painful at the same time. And just what you do is you want to sit down. I have this special pad that I made, and it has a flap on it so that it doesn't push back when you lie back on it. And it's a little bit steeper than ab pads that are out there, so it really isolates and really gets create that nice arc to the lumbar. And so it's just something that is really comfortable for your back and doesn't hurt your lower back, but it isolates the abdominals really good, because when you come back, you're only going to go back about 3 or 4 inches, and it creates its own intensity, because when you lie back on this, it's like you're stretching the abdominals, and then you only have to contract about 3 or 4 inches when you come back up to get full contractibility of the abdominals. So you don't have to do like a full sit-up, and it really isolates the abdominals more than a lot of different exercises that are out there. And again, it's just something that's really effective and doesn't take up much space at all. I use these mallets that I had these made, and what I wanted to do, I wanted to create, if the target is the abdominals, when you are further away from the axis point, it's going to create more intensity. So, if it's basic physics, as the lever point is the lever arm is further away from the fulcrum, it's going to create more intensity on the target muscle. And so these mallets extend the arms further out, and so you can kind of create different leverage points that are going to create more intensity on the abdominals. And that's why we have them like this, so that they're only heavy on one side, and then when we press them together, you can keep the abdominals and the muscles engaged at all times, and so it just makes it harder to do. So this is kind of how it works. Is you're going to lie back, and the key is you want to keep your hips down, and then we want to get this stretch. So as soon as you come back into the full stretch here, the abdominals are fully stretched out, and then when you contract as you're coming up, they just lock in, so they ratchet back into that starting point. And then the intensity is really high here because your abdominals are fully engaged. So I'm not even going all the way up completely. I'm shaking. So as you come up, you exhale. Now I'm fully engaged. Then you come back, you inhale, and then exhale, and you fully engage. And there's no stress to your lower back. So it's just a great tool to have as we do abdominal work. So you're going to press the mallets together. You're going to inhale, and you're going to reach. Now right here, the intensity is really high on the abdominals, and you come back, and you pull down through, and you're going to follow that contraction as you come down. You exhale, inhale, exhale. Get all the air out, inhale, and exhale. And then you can go to the inside, opposite hand. So you keep one hand overhead, one hand comes into the inside opposite knee, and you're keeping your hips down the entire time so they don't pop up. And you're keeping your abdominals completely engaged at all times. Then you can keep one hand down, and you can rock the pad here. So you can really isolate the rectus abdominis, and it just really gets intense. And then you switch. It's hard to do and talk at the same time, because you want to get all the air out as you're coming up. So it just makes it hard for me to talk. 3, 2, and 1. Then you can do some reaches here. And then you go down over your head, skim over the body. And then you keep your hands overhead, and then just contract. So this is really hard because these mallets are only a pound a piece, but when you're doing it, again, you're keeping the the lever further away from the access point, and it just really isolates. So you do a series of those exercises, and then you take a couple of deep breaths because you need to come up for air because it's just really intense on the abdominals. So you do about 6 deep breaths, and then you do another sequence. So it's about 20 exercises you can do with this. And it's kind of fun because you can create your own rep count. You can do as many sets as you want. And you can kind of get into a groove as you're kind of getting into it, keep it more aerobic. You just, find the different exercises. So then you just perform the different exercises, and then you just make up your own little routine. And so the mallets really create greater intensity. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you're going to reach over. So this is going to get the obliques. Then you come overhead, pull in. Reach back. And then you reach underneath the legs. And you can kind of make up your own exercise patterns, make up your own exercises. You can shoot through. So you're constantly just working the abdominals every time you're coming up. But it also going to work a little bit of the cardiovascular system too. You come down. Pull up. So again, you're just doing all different types of different combinations, and it really works the abdominals in a whole different way so that it's not so boring when you do ab work, but also, you never get stale on this exercise because you're constantly changing it. You're doing more reps, lower reps, more sets, and your body will stay stimulated all the time. You never, sometimes just doing the basic exercises on the abdominals gets a little monotonous. So with the Ab Inferno, just allows you to open up some creativity, make up some different exercises, find what works best for you. And then you come down, we can do a side lateral flexion, which will really target the obliques. Now, when you work the obliques, you don't want to use a heavy weight because you don't want to get the obliques big and bulky. So you want to just do light weight, higher reps, and this really isolates the obliques. Really good for the lateral flexion of the spine as well. 3, 2, and 1. And so you do the other side, and you would finish the whole thing off with just a stretch where you contour to the lumbar support and just let the back stretch, and just let the abdominals stretch. And that's how you would do it. And so, it's just a simple little thing that I made, and just different, So I figured I wanted to show you because it's just something that I use, and it's one of those things that it really works and isolates the muscle in a totally different way. Because when you bodybuild, the whole idea is that you want to try to create, a sculpture. And so you want to use every tool available so that you can make the muscles work the way you want them to work and to look the way you want them to look. And so this particular exercise system is something that I created so that it does isolate the abdominals in a whole different way. And so I get the benefit that I need, and it creates that tapered look so that it accentuates the physique. And so you can use anything, that you can to make your body the best you can make it. And that's the great thing about exercise, is that, there's not just one way of doing a certain thing. You can create anything you want and make up your own things. So this is something that I made up. If you are interested in the Ab Inferno, I do sell it on my website. So you can check that out. It's at www.darylconnor.com. And that's it. So that's my Ab Inferno, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.